pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, and we have 5 out of our 6 here, so we do have a quorum. Do you have any agenda considerations? Any public comment? For those of you at home, there is no public.
We don't even have a cricket.
We have no new business. We are meeting because we wanted to work on the UDO from last week when we could not.
Forgot about the minutes.
Oh, yeah. Go back to adoption of the minutes for February 2nd, 2026, which was just last week.
And we approve the minutes.
We have a motion. We have a second.
Motion, we accept the minutes.
Oh, we already have a motion. Who seconded it?
Frank.
Frank seconded. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? So moved. Passes. All right. So I always get that, and after we determine the quorum, I skip over the adoption of the, I'm sorry about that. We need a new president. All right, and then we have no new business. The old business, we are going to get with this, the Unified Development Ordinance, the UDO, so we can get this passed on to the
Town council.
town council. And we were stuck on, I can't think I could call that up. Can you put it up on the screen? You guys that weren't here last week, we had a lot of discussion on the minimum size of properties, because originally it was 1,200, and the new UDO had dropped it down to 900. I was asked to name 5 houses in town that were 900 square feet. I said, well, I don't drive around and measure houses, so I don't know, but I'm sure we have some. And I asked that person to give me 5 properties in town that are actually made for building, because that's, mainly, trying to find land here in town to build something new is kind of tough. But Marcellus, on his memo that he sent out, and this was just on Pearl Street, Main Street, West Street, and Bow Street, found 9 houses that were smaller than 900 square feet. And then he found 53 houses on those same 4 streets that were 53 houses that were smaller than 1,200 square feet.
Right. So there's just on that sample of the streets in town, there's already 53 properties, which is 25% of all of the parcels that were on those streets, at least residential parcels on those streets, that already don't meet the current standards, which is exactly what Deb and I are trying to change by lowering that standard, making it easier for people in those kind of situations to make changes to their homes without needing a variance because they're already under the minimum or what have you. And then the other part of the exhibit was showing, as Dawn mentioned, there are precious few developable or empty lots left in Thorntown where people can build new houses. But one place where there's quite a few of them is the Country Air subdivision. So I just kind of took those lots, dimensioned them off there.
This is the Fairfield one here. This is Mill Street.
And
Mill. And then Gary
drew some buildings to scale. So the larger rectangle is the primary structure of the house, and the smaller rectangle is a garage. I think the dimensions for the garage, I think I did
Almost looks like
15 by 25, I think is what I did.
Yeah.
because I think the standard parking space is 20 by 10.
Yeah, your minimum garage is 12 by 20. And that's if you don't mind only getting your door open a little bit.
Right.
You're not gonna put anything in there unless you're gonna hang it on the wall.
Right. So you can kind of see there with because I know there was some concerns about the side setback and the rear setback. You can see that on these lots, there really is no space to bring the side setbacks in. You just wouldn't be able to fit unless you made the house skinnier, which
And that's pushing
Yeah,
it.
this is with a 10 back and this is with a 20, I think, correct?
yeah, it's the ones on the left are with the current standards. So I drew them in two different arrangements. So the first one
Yeah.
is just kind of like if you were keeping the garage kind of attached to the house.
Correct.
And then the one below is if you were trying to maximize that setback. So that that garage there on the bottom left is at the current rear setback for accessory structures, which is 10 feet.
And I did mention that if you have a garage with alley access to pull in, you have to have that garage offset enough that you can have the car sitting in the driveway and it's not in the alley. So, I mean,
That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
And it works.
So I just wanted to put that together to kind of illustrate, because it can be a little difficult to visualize exactly what we're talking about when we're doing setbacks and minimum lot sizes or minimum dwelling areas. And then the percentages there are just the lot coverage, quick estimate based on those two buildings, the driveway and the path.
There should only be 5 properties instead of 6. Well, there's some here that you probably should take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think is there 8 properties?
I think so. I think just off to the side, there's like the 2 that are,
In use now? Or-
yeah, that are
Okay.
that are right on Powell.
I mean, it almost needs to be like, take 4 properties and divide it into 3.
Yeah, I
And
think
then 3 in the 2.
I think both of those properties with houses already on them, the owners of the house also own the one next door.
Right, because like Gary Kaufman's one of them, he does have that, because he's got a lot of space there, which he didn't buy that originally, I think he bought that off someone. And according to the shadows, this picture was taken about noon.
Yeah, that is a pretty straight up and down shadow, isn't it?
Yeah,
Mhm.
over there by the barn.
Yeah.
You see that white thing that's got the long shadow? That's what the kid was on when Gary was-
Okay.
the story I told earlier.
Gotcha.
So what we want to decide, I guess, is do we want to keep the new numbers which are up there now,
Right.
which can you guys see easier, that one or this one?
No, you guys.
Because, they were wanting, the people that were here, they were split. And Randy Gruder, and I don't know what Mr. Regan's first name is.
Joe,
John.
Joe.
John,
John, because I know his son's Ian. But they were just back there, they were doing some math, saying, well, 900 square foot. And then you put a second story on it, now it's 1,800 square feet. And they put a basement under it, and 2,700 square feet. So,
Why try and fix something that's not broke?
you mean,
So that's the way I'm looking at it.
okay,
Why try
well,
and
we
fix
want
something?
smaller, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, why try and fix something that's not broke?
Well, like, the memorandum we sent out, we already do have houses that are smaller.
Yep.
And the properties in town are small.
Right.
Ones that are available to build on. And what people have to do is,
The reason why the main reason why we're seeing a trend sort of generally when towns are adopting or amending their zoning ordinances towards allowing smaller living areas is because that makes constructing new houses cheaper, and therefore it makes purchasing those new houses cheaper. As some of the people who were here last week pointed out, the 300 square foot difference saves about $76,000 in construction costs.
I think I just misunderstood. I thought we wanted to do it from 900 to 12.
no.
Give 12.
It was 12, we brought it
Okay,
down to
all right.
9.
We're on the
Yes.
same page. Then.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, and you know, we can change it to 1,000. It just, because after we left here and, I thought about it, you know, if we left it what it was, then people could, apply for a variance, but that's gonna cost them more money to get the variance.
Right. And the concern is, and again, I think the main concern really is with new construction, if and when it comes, allowing a smaller property means that people are not being forced to pay for a house that they don't want and can't afford. You know, if you want a 1,200 square foot house, you can still build one. But if that's too much space for you,
Right.
It's a starting point.
And
right.
Okay, so you had stated something that I think we all did not consider, but that when zoning was off from what people are going to look to build, you know, then it becomes obvious that, then the code should be adjusted
Mhm.
so people don't have to hunt down a variance.
Right.
Okay. So do you perceive if there's any kind of potential that this might get, that if we keep it at 900 as it sits on there, that there's gonna be a lot of variances asked for?
I don't think so. I mean, as I wrote in the memo, there are some houses that are smaller than that, but there isn't the expectation, or I have no expectation that that a developer or a home owner or property owner wanting to build a new house is going to want it and is going to seek smaller than this.
You don't see a whole lot of builders building 900 square foot homes.
Right.
You know, they're doing that. They're going to move into
A tiny home kind of situation, right?
modular or something like that.
Which
So,
the new ordinance has a separate zoning district that allows that, and that's
Mhm.
allowed as a and there's standards around tiny homes and the sizes that they're allowed to be. So that just moves us into a different area altogether outside of this particular district and its standards.
Let me ask this one question then. I live on West Street. Okay, so you go this way and you go that way. And on the east side of the street, there's a mobile home, a traditional mobile home. What's the square footage of that?
that one looks to be a little bit wider than your normal, I think, 10?
That sounds right.
I think this one looks a little bit 12, because it just sold, didn't it? Wasn't it for sale and then just sold?
Yeah, in the summertime.
Yeah. And I remember, you know, just living here in town for as long as I have, that they did a lot of work to that. They put a sloped roof on it.
West.
Is that it? This is you, right?
there's one more right next to that one too, that's small.
This one?
Yeah, that's it.
is 15 feet in the front, or is that the parcel?
This is the
Oh,
finished area.
that's a weird piece of property.
Okay, try 116 West Franklin Street.
116 West Franklin.
Mhm.
This is
I'm
me.
speaking about this one right here. Right?
Yes,
But the other one right next to it too, it's even smaller.
correct.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Computer works.
Is that a trailer?
Yeah, this one's a
That-
trailer.
that-
I don't know if it's gonna show up on the property card.
mm,
Yeah, some of the property cards for the trailer park
no.
don't always show. Oh, here we go. Mobile home. Oh, no,
Was it for the square footage?
one.
15, 15 by 8. Oh, that's a shed.
That's not. It just says one. What's the area? One. One mobile home.
And what was the one you were talking about? Yeah, Tim just brought that house in.
Jeff's house, 116 West Franklin.
Let me look. You said 116?
Uh-huh,
You already have it? Oh,
yeah. Okay, so that's how many square footage?
Wow.
1280.
I would not,
1280.
wouldn't have
They
even,
look for the square footage, it's 1280.
Of the mobile home?
1,040.
Okay.
So he's over the 900.
see, there's 900. But there's
Yeah, that-
30 and they added
Yeah.
back.
Mhm.
And then across the street from him is one smaller than his. I know they're Ballard's house. Not that one, go over one more plot.
This one?
Yeah. Theirs has gotta be,
That's 1248.
wow.
Yeah, no, they can be deceiving.
Well,
Okay,
That's
just go
great.
back to the map. All right, zoom out. Sugar Creek Road.
So the trailer right next to it is 600 feet, 672 square feet.
Pearl Street.
uh-huh. Nope. Back up, back up. Are you looking for the little white house at the corner?
No, it's on the corner. It was a brick house and then this one right here, I think. Yeah, it's this one right here.
Front Street property.
Not the one with the big garage in back.
One.
Right at 1200.
1,200.
Yeah. That
See,
might
I would
be
not have thought it was, that was 1,200.
25 by 48.
But still, we're looking at a lot
That's
of
not-
homes.
This one was, they must have added onto it because it used to just be square.
But
Mm.
we're still looking at a lot of homes
Come
that
back
are
one.
1,000 square feet or less.
Oh.
$1,092.
Still, it's under 1,200 square foot.
I love that this just says old.
Utilities.
We're not,
Everything was built around it.
we're not sure what year we're not
Oh,
sure what
it's
year it was built, but it's old.
It could have been hauled in or something. Yeah, there's some, let's see here. That's a mobile home right there.
24.
14 feet wide.
Mhm.
So did somebody say there's X, how many lots that could be built on?
So I didn't look at lot sizes necessarily. I will say that based on the scaling that I did to produce this exhibit, and sometimes when you do the area measurements here on this website, which I mean, I know these lines are kind of imprecise,
Right.
but some of these parcels don't even quite make it to 6,000. Oh, it's measuring in acres. That one's good. Oops. Oh, now it's doing all this weird stuff. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm just gonna reset that. This one's 8,000. That's fine. Maybe
Yeah, there it's like a Memphis Street. Yeah.
maybe my scaling was wrong.
8,152.
You said that's Fairfield Farm?
Yes.
Mhm.
There's some really small lots just south of that. Oh, plots, sorry.
Yeah, really small plots.
Mhm.
But yeah, I don't think.
I'm not suggesting we have to have an accurate number, but to know how many lots at some point
Mhm.
that somebody could build a house on, then that could give you the simple math that we've got. A 30% growth, potentially,
And
whatever the number is.
go back to the UDO. And like I said, we've got 900 and 900. The original was 1,200, I think, for both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, originally 1,200 for both of them. We can leave it at that. Approve the 900 if, the thing is, we can approve it and recommend it to the town council, then they can accept it with changes. They can come back and say, well, we don't like the 900.
Right.
We want
Mhm.
to change it. That's what I thought we should have done last week, is approved it, and then they can decide what they wanted to change. But that was after I left. I thought about, but the setbacks, the back,
The rear setback currently is 20 feet for the primary structure and 10 for accessory. We're proposing basically to cut that in half. And that's the only setback that we're changing.
that's all.
So change the 10 to what?
It
So,
was 20, it was 20, changed it to 10.
and then 10 changed it to 5 for the Accessory.
structure, which I always thought it was 10 anyway. And that's what I was told by the building inspector. The minimum living area is what we were hung up on last week, basically. And again, that only includes the living area, not attached garage.
Right.
Mhm.
So if there's attached garage, you know, say 250 square feet, it doesn't add to the living space.
Right.
It's curious, minimum lot area, this line.
Hmm.
If you're a single family, 6,000. If you're a two family, 3,000.
Yeah, it's a per unit.
Yeah.
So if you have a two family lot, you have 2 units, so 3,000 feet per unit equals the same as the single family.
And usually those have very small yards, people aren't gonna have.
Oh, some people don't like grass.
Yeah, it's like, almost like a
Right.
condos or something like that. The duplexes, we've got some here in town, go over there by the grain elevators on the other side. That Merrill built those.
Okay, thank you.
Well, let's discuss the minimum living area per unit. It's 900 square feet. That's something we want to keep. We want to change it to 1,000. We want to keep it at 1,200.
I say keep it, because they can always apply for a variance.
If they do apply for a variance, and this is what Deb said, I don't know if you guys were both at that meeting or not. We find out that we're having all these people apply for variances, hey, let's just change the ordinance to 900. I mean, some people might want to go to 950. Of course, they have to submit all that stuff.
What's the cost for variance?
I was looking at that not too long ago, I couldn't tell you.
Mm. Right off the top of my head.
Well, in general, using a variance, it's just, we don't have 800 people in this room who all want a variance. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
How often do they come?
And that's just it. That's what Deb was saying. If, somebody may never ask for variance, but if one person does, or 5 people through the year, not a big deal. But if we have a dozen or so, we might say, hey, we need to change this. Or whoever's in charge then.
You know what, I think I have the cost on my computer, but it's not on the website. But I think if you because what's going to happen is if the town joins the APC, it's going to be their application forms, their application fees.
Do you really want that? I'm battling with that one.
Not joining the county.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I want to see him take over the town.
Yeah.
Which is what I see happening,
Yeah, and none of us,
especially what passed through the house.
were master servant, so.
Mm-hmm.
That's ironic.
BZA positions, there we go. Variance is $800. I guess it's easier to see this one.
That's wow.
Yeah, that's a lot, just for a variance or special exception.
Yeah, I think that's to deter people from wanting to get a variance.
It is.
Mm-hmm. Probably.
And when you consider a variance and when you look at
Then you have to post signs, you have to advertise it,
Mm-hmm.
you have to send letters to everybody within so many feet
Mm-hmm.
of you.
I still say stick with the 900. If they want, I mean, our variance fees are probably way less than that.
Yeah, they are.
I don't
I mean, they are
think
3
we're-
figures, but they're
Yeah,
less
but
than
not
that.
like that.
Which, you know, I think, and I have to ask town council this, one of the big reasons that we're gonna join the county APC is then they would have a building inspector.
But at what cost? What cost?
Exactly.
Do we lose our rights to say, no, we don't want that? We don't, because then it has to go through the county. We lose a lot of our freedoms for our town.
So we receive the services of a county inspector?
Mm-hmm. And they have a couple of them, 2 or 3, I think. I don't know if they can hire a part-time building inspector, but with that going on out there,
Mm-hmm.
but have any of you driven out there lately? You probably have.
No, I haven't been out there in a couple weeks.
There's like 8 houses.
Did they ever figure out what to do with REMC and Thorntown Utilities and the power?
That's all
Right.
Thorntown. That's all that property's been annexed into town.
Yeah, but I mean, they were having problems with REMC hooking up versus Thorntown Utilities because part of the subdivision was considered REMC's area to provide power and not Thorntown Utilities.
I thought when it was annexed into town, it became.
Nope,
I don't know.
that was a sticking point. See, if Eric was here, you could ask him. Eric would have known that
Yeah.
answer. But I know they were going back and forth about that.
So
Okay,
is there any opposition to this proposed 900 square feet
I do not oppose it.
minimum living area?
I don't oppose it one bit. I say we stick with that 900.
Okay. That's got to-
Were we good with all the setbacks then?
Yeah, were there any other standards that anybody wanted to revisit?
Let's see. All right, so we were just going to vote on a favorable recommendation to accept the UDO to the town council.
Yes. I should add the UDO and the
Map,
map.
the zoning map. And this is Amy's email, you got that taken care of, where she says, this is unlike a rezone map amendment or text amendment that can be certified with either a favorable, unfavorable, or no recommendation to the town council. Do you have to vote on both of them separate?
No,
Okay,
you can make one motion to give a favorable recommendation for both the map and the
UDO.
text.
Would someone like to make the motion?
I make a motion that we accept the 900 square feet, we
Well,
accept
the
the
UDO as
UDO
presented.
as presented. Same with the zoning map.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Was that Dalton?
Yes.
All in favor?
All those in favor, we have a motion and a second, any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes, and this will be presented to the town council
Next one.
next week.
That's to be, it'll be next month because it has to, once it's been certified, it must remain for public inspection for at least 10 days.
10 days. Did somebody want to second it last week? I was actually looking at Dalton, he seconded, he wasn't here to do it.
I know who you're talking about.
He was recovering and Eric was sitting here sick. So,
He's still, Eric's just, he had questions about it, and I think the memo that Marcellus sent out,
well, and then Grumpy was insisting on 1,200 square foot,
you know,
which would have been really, on those empty lots, that would have been squeezing that house in there.
squeezing that house, and
If you wanted a garage, you would have no yard.
there's, well, there's some people don't want much of a yard.
That's true.
True, but
Must have been important. Oh, it's up here. All right. So I think it's all Thorntown. Any other business? Okay. I guess you don't want us to go in and kind of APC show up Monday. I don't know if they had a public forum or that, or had to, or, I don't think so.
I
don't think so.
either. But I think the residents should have a voice in it, since it's gonna concern them.
Any announcements? Okay, at 6:38 on November 9th, meeting is adjourned.
All right.
There we go.
Did you do that? No, that's it. That's the star. That's where they cut it, went in and put on that little bar, and put 8 screws in.